All right.
Well, hello, everyone. My name is Shearese Stapleton.
How you doing?
Hello.
And this is Parenting in a Pandemic. Go ahead,
Hola a
Sasha.
todos, hola a todos. Mi nombre es Aysleth. Ella es Pastor Shearese Stapleton. Ella es parte de un instituto de gozos para mamás y ella ayuda a muchos padres. Entonces, hoy vamos a hacer una clase de cómo ser una padre o madre por medio de una pandemia.
All right. This program is geared towards parents and children. It is global now. And also, we're also putting together some more components to heal.
So, básicamente, este programa es para no solo padres, pero también para niños y jóvenes también. Y es algo que hacemos global.
All right. Go. Parenting in a Pandemic parenting program HEAL talks about helping to educate with action and love.
So, este programa se trata de ayudar, educar, poner en acción y amar.
Helping is just what that says. Helping yourself heal, helping your children heal, helping your family heal, and helping your community heal.
So, cuando viene a la palabra de ayudar, este programa te enseña a ayudarte a ti mismo sanar, ayudar a tus hijos sanar, ayudar a tu familia sanar y ayudar a tu comunidad sanar.
All right. Why would you think that you would need to start with yourself when you're healing from something? Anyone like to say anything or add?
Probably because if you're not healed yourself or understand yourself, then you won't be able to help your children heal.
Exactly. So
Yeah, it's like that saying a blind person can't guide another blind person.
basically. So when you think you always go back to the airplane when there's a tragedy happening, right? If a person doesn't have tools or information or direction, go ahead, Sach.
So, a veces cuando no tenemos las herramientas o la información para sanar, nos mantenemos en esa etapa de dolor y no podemos sanar y ser una buena persona en la comunidad.
If you're on an airplane and you can't, and the oxygen is coming out, you can't breathe, so you're not able to think, right, clearly, until you're able to put the oxygen mask on. It's just like things in life. When we go through struggles, when we go through hardship, when we go through different types of traumas, if we don't have the information or the outlets to be able to take care of it, it begins to be more of a spiral.
So, a veces es como un ejemplo que dio es así cuando estamos en el avión y si hay una emergencia, te tienes que poner la máscara primero para tú después ayudar a otra persona. Es esa misma manera que a veces no podemos sanar hasta que nosotros mismos sanamos. Entonces, es muy importante para tomar los pasos para esa sanidad.
So when a parent starts to work on themselves first, it takes a little bit of the pressure off of the child. Sometimes we feel that we have to do all of these things for our children. Make sure they do this, but we're not doing those things ourselves.
So, a veces nosotros elegimos y le decimos a nuestros hijos que tienes que hacer esto, que tienes que hacer lo otro, pero a veces esas mismas cosas nosotros mismos no hemos hecho.
Mm-hmm. So we have to start with ourselves.
So, tenemos que comenzar con nosotros mismos.
When we decide to help ourselves, and allow others to help you, when you decide to help yourself and allow others to help your family, You take ownership of how you grow and develop in your home environment and in your community.
So, cuando decides ayudarte a ti mismo y, y dejar que otros ayuden a tu familia, estás tomando autoridad de cómo tú creces y cómo tu hogar puede crecer y después en tu comunidad puede crecer también.
3 keys to healing yourself. 1, take ownership of you. That means that being responsible of your behavior, being responsible of what you need to do for you first. And parents, that's not being selfish.
So, las 3 cosas de cómo sanarte a ti mismo es, la primera es tomar autoridad sobre ti mismo. So, eso significa cuando haces un error o lo que sea, ser responsable de ti mismo. Y eso no significa de ser orgulloso de sí mismo o ser, so básicamente tienes que ponerte a ti como una prioridad y no es algo que significa que amas menos a tus hijos, solo que tienes que amarte a ti mismo primero.
Change your environment. Changing your environment would be changing the people that you might be around, changing the things that you do that may not be giving you good energy, or changing the way your home environment looks. If something was traumatic and something happened, the best thing to do is what? We're gonna throw away some of that stuff, right? Get rid of the stuff that reminds us of those bad times, and put something in that shows newness or brings life to an area. I know I just said a lot.
So, básicamente, la segunda paso es de cambiar donde estás, la atmósfera donde estás, en tu hogar o donde estás. So, a veces cuando hay una trauma o algo así, es mejor salir de ese lugar y entrar a un lugar donde te dan vida en vez de quitar vida.
Yeah, and change your circle. Whitney, did you want to say something?
No, I was trying to, Tommy was like, what does she mean? Because you said a lot. And I was like, because she's got to translate it. So.
Yeah. when you change your circle, it sometimes people that we may have once hung out with, we might not be able to hang out with them anymore. I mean, and I'm talking about because of traumas, because of substance, because of just a person may not mean you any good. Sometimes it's hard to let go of people that we've become accustomed to being around because we may care about them. And sometimes those people may even be family. But if they're not helping you to grow, and if they're not helping you to build in a positive way, they may not be the people that you need to be around. And not negating people's families, but family is not just the people that you are blood connected with. Family can be more than just that.
So, básicamente lo que dijo es que a veces tienes que cambiar tu círculo, las personas que están alrededor de ti. Si esas personas no te están ayudando y solo te están dando estrés en vez de quitar estrés, y si esas personas no te dan paz, y a lo mejor tienes que escoger otro círculo. Hay unas personas que pasan por medio de drogas o lo que sea y tienen que sacar esas personas que le están golpeando la vida en vez de ayudar a la vida. That also reminds me of that quote, you are the average of the 5 people that you spend your time with.
Most definitely. It's actually accurate. The people that you hang around the most is kind of the ones that you will kind of either act like or exemplify. So if this is the thing, if we were around, and I'm saying this to me too, if we were around rich people, a lot of the times we would want to be to do the things that they're doing. So we would have to change our our mindset. Not saying that it would be easy to like get a job or do something in that vein, but it would encourage you to want to do something differently. And there's nothing wrong with that. it is nothing wrong with growing. It's nothing wrong with wanting the best for your family. I need you all to hear that, because sometimes we get into spaces where people will try to make you feel like, well, if you say, well, I want a big house, well, why do you want that? You can't afford that. Okay, I can't afford it, but one day I may be able to obtain it. Don't despise small beginnings. I really believe what that says. Okay, Sachi.
So, básicamente lo que ella estaba diciendo es que a veces hay personas en tu círculo que te critican en vez de apoyar a tus sueños. Si tienes un sueño de tener una casa grande, no dejes de que esas personas en tu círculo te desanimen, pero en vez que es mejor que ellos te ayuden a cumplir tus metas. Entonces, es importante cuando viene a tu círculo escoger esas personas que te van a animar y ayudar cuando viene a tus metas de la vida.
Ashton, you have something you want to say?
That's really true, though.
It is.
That's really, really true, though, because I've had to cut a lot of people out of my life. And I wouldn't be where I am now if I didn't do that.
It's like people when you do something good, they say, well, why you do that? And you're like, well, it's fun, I enjoy it. Well, if you keep doing that, you're not gonna be able to do, and it's like, but I'm having fun, and they come back with that. Well, I don't know. Maybe that costs too much, or you might be taking too much time. If people could start coming to you with stuff like that, you ever seen that thing that say run, run? Seriously, because it you don't want people to damper or put down your growth. If you're not hurting anyone, if you're not, doing anything that's illegal, I say go for it. I say try new things. I say, encourage your children to try new things, because you only live once. And it would be great to be able to say, well, I tried that and it didn't work. Then I didn't try that and I never knew if it would work. I don't have to say a whole lot again. I'm trying.
Lo que ella estaba diciendo es que no solo anima y ayuda a tu círculo y anímalos, también dale metas a tus hijos, anima a tus hijos para ellos también cumplir sus sueños. Ella dijo, solo vives una vez, y si la vives de una manera bien, pues, va a ser suficiente para tú obtener tus metas. I would even challenge that, and I would say you technically die once, and you.
Oh boy, she goes.
Well, I don't know. I gotta get all theologic with you, because I believe in you're the next life, but not everybody does. So I always tell people, yeah, you only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough.
It's so awesome that you guys talk about this tonight, because it literally was what they talked about at church yesterday. And it was like, what's the one thing in your life that is your trigger point to cutting someone out of your life? And then what they tied it back to was, I'm like we were stating, not everyone follows faith, but what if someone did that back to you, the thing that really frustrates you? And I had shared, anytime someone does something towards my kids, even if it's my other kids doing stuff to the other kids in the family, that's a no-go. And so it was just one of those things, what you guys are talking about tonight is talking about healing yourself, that you're not always gonna love on the people who may have hurt you, but way to heal yourself using these steps.
Oh, most definitely.
So lo que ella estaba diciendo es que cuando viene a tus hijos, a veces tienes que perdonar, y tienes que perdonar las personas que te han herido. Entonces, para tú poder sanar, es importante perdonar esas personas que a lo mejor te golpearon a ti o golpearon a tus hijos. So I just said that, it's good to forgive, to reach that healing within yourself. For me, from personal experience, I had to forgive a lot of people in order for me to heal.
Well, it talks about that, right? When you're doing the work, when you decide to take it upon yourself to start healing. That's doing the work. And and what we mean by healing, there are things that happen to us in our life that we may not have had any control over. You know, we may have been born into an abusive family, or we may have been born into addiction, or we may have been born into, you know, just some things that just weren't right. But you have the authority and the right to handle and to take care of yourself. And it's what is important for you. We are responsible for ourselves, but a lot of times that's not something that's taught. You know, it's you take care of your children, you take care of your husband, you take care of everybody else. But we're not told that the most important thing to do is to take care of yourself first. And it is not being selfish. I have to say that over and over again, because our society makes it that when we do things for ourselves, that we're selfish. And it's just not true. So,
sí, so básicamente lo que ella estaba diciendo es que cuando viene a sanarte a ti mismo, es importante no solo sanarte a ti mismo, pero tomar ese tiempo para ti mismo, y no es algo que eres orgullosa si haces eso. Tu cuerpo necesita ese tiempo para ti mismo, tu mente lo necesita también. Entonces, cuando estás en ese proceso de sanar, es importante tomar ese tiempo para ti mismo.
Whitney, Tommy, do you have anything you want to add?
No, not right now. It's just got a lot going on right now. That's all.
Okay. Is this helping at all?
Yeah, definitely. I like coming to the classes.
Okay. I'll make sure I'm better present, okay?
Yeah.
The next times, and there's sabotage and everything, they want him to stay in jail.
Ooh.
This is, I can hear you.
Yeah, hang on. We're in class right now.
Yeah, we're in class.
This is a short demonstration of what taking care of yourself looks like.
Be quiet, Jamie.
Hey there. Let's talk about self-care.
I need you to mute yourself for me, please. Thank you.
Now, Parks and Rec, of course, is pretty great, but self-care is more than just treating yourself. Self-care is not a reward, though sometimes that can be part of it. It's a vital piece of the ongoing process of being a human. To quote the self-help classic, Codependent No More, self-care is an attitude that says, I am responsible for myself. In other words, I am my responsibility, and I will honor that responsibility as I would anything else that was precious to me. So let's make an action plan for using self-care to make our lives more awesome. Step 1, recognize that it is indeed okay to take care of yourself. Nay, it is not just okay, it is smart. As Lifehacker puts it, self-care helps prevent burnout, reduces the negative psychological and physical effects of stress, and helps you refocus on what's true and important. Like, there's an entire peer-reviewed international journal on burnout. This is like a real big difficult problem to solve. Now, this may seem counterintuitive, but it actually makes you more productive, not less, to set time aside for yourself. And regardless of your productivity levels, recognize that you are a human being, and that is enough to warrant compassion and kindness. For real. Step 2, ideally before the need strikes, research outwardly and inwardly what self-care means and what works for you. There are self-care actions that can help pretty much everyone: getting proper nutrition, some exercise, enough sleep, hydrating, and taking small breaks throughout the workday. I like to go for walks, and I like to be forced to do it by my friends or family or baby. We'll link to a list of almost 50 self-care actions down in the doobly-doo. But everyone is unique, so it's important to ask what actions make me feel better. Journaling, texting something nice to a friend, like watching videos of pug puppies, doing a bunch of push-ups, pillow fights, putting some projects on the back burner maybe. I personally am all in for the baby cuddles. I have a baby now, and I feel like I'm doing a thing that I was designed for and that I need to be doing, and that I also just really like. Sometimes he's angry though, and he yells at me, but most of the time I get cuddles. Now, one possible self-care action from us to you, start a digital warm and fuzzy file and fill it with compliments or kind words you've received, good memories and favorite photos. Like, I have to admit, I get lots of people saying nice things about me on the internet, and that helps get me through the day. Being able to look through this file when you're feeling down might go a long way to bringing you back up. You want this list to be both ample and flexible, and you may even want to break it into different categories. For instance, T. Michael Martin, the fellow who wrote this script, by the way, has a spreadsheet of self-care actions organized by types of negative experiences. After all, the self-care you need while you're depressed may not be the same self-care that helps when you're overwhelmed with work. Also, if other people are involved in these self-care actions, it's totally cool to let them know now that they are part of your action plan. They may not always be available, but odds are if they're a good friend, they're going to do their best to do their part. Step 3, self-care powers activate. It's best if you can recognize the warning signs that you could use some self-care before things go into the red zone. For me, by the way, it's when I notice my fingers going to websites that I didn't intend on going to. Like just typing in reddit.com when I have a ton of work to do is a sign that I should go for maybe a little walk to recharge the batteries. If you're keeping a journal, you might notice a pattern or two in your behavior. Perhaps you'll notice a bleaker mood than normal or disturbed sleep. Either way, once the need becomes apparent, consult your list and follow through. And that is all that we have for you today. But if you have any self-care tips, please let us and other people who are looking know down in the comments below. We would love to hear from you. In the meantime, take care of yourself, your friends, and your neighbors. It's the adult thing to do.
I know he said a lot, and
So básicamente, lo que estaba diciendo es maneras de cómo tú te puedes cuidar a ti mismo. Si es escribiendo algo cada día, si es tomando tiempo, la manera de cómo te relajas es importante. Entonces, toma ese tiempo para buscar qué te gusta hacer para ti mismo y hacerlo. So, dio muchos ejemplos, pero básicamente eso es lo que se estaba enfocando en cómo tú puedes cuidarte a ti mismo.
what I want you to get from today more than anything is that you are important, you're valuable, and what makes you important besides being alive for yourself, you have children who need you and who need you to be in a good frame of mind. Things are not going to always go the way that we want them to, and life happens literally to us all. But when you look at the pros versus the con, you know, what could be or versus what is, right? Like, you could not be alive. I mean, we could just go there right off the back, right? I mean, that's the end of the story. But you are, right? You could not have a place to live. May not be where you want, or may not be exactly what you may have desired for right now, but it is a place to live. You know, because sometimes people get into a place of looking at what other people have and what other people are doing. Do the best you can for you and watch how the chips, or watch how it'll evolve for you. I mean, I'm talking from experience.
So básicamente lo que estaba diciendo es que a lo mejor ahorita no estás en el lugar donde quieres estar, pero puedes tomar esos pasos para llegar a esa meta. Puedes tomar esos pasos para llegar a la meta que tú tienes para ti mismo. Entonces no te desanimes, y ella quiere animarles de esa manera de siempre hacer ese paso por paso para llegar a tus metas.
All right, no one leaves. I'm going to say the ending thing, and then I'm going to turn off the recording. I want to thank everyone for being a part of today's session. I appreciate you all who listen and all who see. And I just want you to know that don't anyone leave that's on this square, okay? But what I do want you to know is that when you take care of yourself, you prepare yourself to be better for the ones who need you. Go ahead, Sachi.
So, básicamente lo que ella estaba diciendo es que cuando tú te preparas a ti mismo y te amas a ti mismo y tomas ese tiempo para ti mismo, mejor puedes amar a las personas que están a tus alrededores, mejor puedes servir a tu familia. Entonces, ella quiere dejarles con eso, es que toma ese tiempo para ti mismo para después ayudar a tu familia y a la comunidad. Entonces, ella es una pastora en Michigan. La hemos tenido en el podcast Transcending la Familia. Entonces, yo soy parte de Learning Idiom y siempre hacemos contenido juntas. Entonces, gracias por estar con nosotros y nos vemos en el próximo video.